174. It clearly states that we have a right to summon any individual.
Correct.
And on Friday, we did summon
Yes.
the CDF. On Friday, we did summon the CDF. There were clear summons that you gave to the minister. Right, Chair, in one of the CDF's communication, he clearly demanded immediately he needed $1 trillion to be allocated to UPDF. And this is what we are talking about.
Is it part of the presentation?
Chair, but it is official communication from his handle. And we are talking of a budget. At the end of the day, who is going to be credited for this achievement?
So the CDF communicates to you, official on X.
At the end of the day, is the deputy CDF going to be in charge of this achievement, or it is going to be the CDF who communicates through his X handle, directing members of the committee to allocate $1 trillion to the UPDF? Chair, our demands were clear. We need the CDF. We are not clones in this committee. We are sober-minded members, and the issues we are raising are issues of budget as well, not only X, but these are clear demands that the CDF has chose other channels to communicate, and the minister communicated to the speaker, not to us. So, Chair, it is our humble request, Chair, that we do not be underlooked as an institution.
What's your procedure? What's your point of procedure?
Chair, the procedure is that we are not proceeding right.
Because what's your point of procedure?
Yes, Chair, that is what I'm concluding on. Because, because we made a summon on
what's
Friday.
Your point of procedure?
Chair, my procedure issue is that we are not proceeding right without the CDF here.
What's your point of procedure?
Are we proceeding well?
Thank you. Thank you. Honorable Nyeko, I have made my ruling clear. We are proceeding well.
Chair.
Excuse me, Honorable Abdallah Chiwanuka. First of all,
I will introduce myself in that direction, but Honorable Chair, Honorable Chair, for no reason, because you are protecting the other side. I'm honest about that, Honorable Chair. Kindly, we can retreat before we can proceed. We kindly request, Honorable Chair, we first retreat.
No. What is your point?
Honorable Chair, you seem to be protecting the other side.
Honorable Abdallah Chiwanuka, I am protecting all sides.
Honorable Chair, I'm requesting that we first retreat.
That is not acceptable.
Motion.
Motion.
Chair, I therefore move a motion that we have an in-house meeting before we proceed.
No. I have not even asked for secondment. Sechi.
Motion on the floor.
Okay.
But to me, why you are seeing all this controversy, there has not been a statement from you as to what falls with the questions raised by members. When is the CDF appearing before the committee? You've not rested that question.
So why don't you let the minister answer?
In clear terms.
So, Honorable Sechiku, so why don't you let the minister answer?
Then put it to him. He's busy enjoying his phone, and for you are laboring on his behalf.
So, Honorable Sechikubo, agenda item number 4, presentation.
Proceed, yes, yeah, we have a motion on.
Honestly, Honorable Chair, you can see even yourself. We're moving a motion and not supporting. You're not in the support. Honorable Chair, I'm in support of the motion.
Thank you. Taken. Under the circumstances, honorable colleagues, there is absolutely no need, and hear me out. You have not, the minister could be going to address all these matters. Can you let him make a presentation and you raise matters of clarifications? You need to hear about it. He could be having a communication.
Yeah, this is a procedural issue.
Communication wasn't from him. It is you who changed.
Communication clear. So, and the matters of the ministry, the head of the ministry is here. Can he make his presentation? Then Honorable Sechiko will say, excuse me, Honorable Minister, this budget you are raising, this and that, what about this? Is that not how it's supposed to be? Sure. Thank you.
Chair,
No.
my effort is to
So
help.
do you know what he's going to
Yes,
present?
my effort is
Yes.
to help you not to look a bigger clown. When this parliament, you rightly called off the meeting on Friday, you stated the clear reasons for
So
that.
can you let the minister respond?
I'm coming to that, Mr. Chairman. When we come here and we indeed look on and we proceed, we shall be the worst clowns you ever have.
I thought,
And it would have qualified the statement that indeed we are that. So once we are formal and we adjourned formally with issues on table, in one way or the other, let them be addressed so that you can lead your committee forward. But the issues we raised and forced the adjournment of the meeting on Friday have not been responded to. If the minister was kind enough and wrote to the speaker, for us as a committee, we don't know what they communicated.
thank you. So why don't you let him communicate?
But this is our docket. This is our staff. The speaker cannot sit wherever she is to rule on a matter before this committee.
I have said, I have made a ruling as chair. I have been convinced by what I listened. Is that
Okay, what is it now? Tell
But
us.
Chair, we demand that. That is why we called for an in-house meeting, because we
And the
demanded
motion is
that
on the
as
floor.
members
The
of this
motion is on the
committee.
floor, Honorable Chair.
procedure?
You are satisfied alone.
Excuse me. Procedure?
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, we have had situations where we have issues of concern to be answered by the agency. And we have set the space here where we receive the presentation and then at the end we raise any other issue related to the agency. Wouldn't it be procedurally right that we receive the presentation, because we are, when you look at our rules of procedures, we were supposed actually to have finished and made our report by
Yes.
yesterday.
Thank you.
So wouldn't it be procedurally right that we receive the presentation and then at the end we raise any other issue?
Order,
To
order,
be-
order,
to
order,
be
order,
restricted.
order, Honorable Chair, when he's still on the
Honorable
floor.
Abdallah, you know that he's raising a point of procedure, so don't come in like that. You'll be given a chance, but don't behave.
A motion, can a colleague honestly, before a motion...
Procedure, I thought procedure stands on tall above the rest. Conclude, Honorable Kahonda.
I made my point where I'm suggesting that we receive the presentation from the agency regarding the budget framework paper, then any other emerging issue, let it be operational, let it be anything, can be raised at the end of the presentation. Because we need to report to the budget committee regarding this matter.
And today.
Honorable Chair, Honorable Chair.
Abdallah, I don't know why you again keep repeating yourself. Honorable Nyeko put up a motion, isn't it? Yeah. So, absolutely. So why don't you let me conclude it? That was procedure. That was procedure. Unless you have forgotten your rules of procedure. Honorable Minister and your team, before I make this ruling, which I'm certainly going to make and now, I request that you give us 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. Thank you. I beg your pardon?
I was saying, Mr. Chairman, that this is a clown from Mukono posing as the MP of Mukono municipality. If what we see in the social media is anything to go by,
We closed that.
I'm so grateful that we are not arrested by now.
Honorable Chireke, we closed that.
No, I'm saying I'm so grateful
Thank you.
because, Mr. Chairman, the last I saw in the social media was that you, as the leader of the clowns on this committee, are going to be arrested. And I'm saying I'm very grateful that we have not been arrested. So if you closed it, it's good, but it is, once something goes out, it is out. One time I was with General Tumukunde on CBS radio, and he made some remarks, and after those remarks, he was imprisoned for years. I don't know if this is the same UPDF and that we are still moving using the same law and the same constitution, because these days we see people make remarks in the media.
Honorable Bachireke, Rule 199, let's restrict ourselves to the budget framework paper.
Mr. Chairman, that is within the budget, because this is the army we are funding, and I want to know which laws they are using. Are they still the UPDF that is provided for under the Constitution, or this is a completely new force? So, Mr. Chairman, the people of Mukono would like to get an assurance that really UPDF is still committed to moving by the Constitution of Uganda, especially in regard to the recent behavior of its commander.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, having said that, for sure, is Uganda at war? If I go to Mukono and I'm addressing people, should I tell them that we are at war as a country, or we are in peace times? And if we are at war, when will these wars end? Every time we look at the budget, Mr. Chairman, we are funding the UPDF over and above all other priorities of the country. And that should be very clear information coming from the army about its operations. 2, Mr. Chairman, there was a time when it was reported that we attacked in Somalia. We waited to, because I've seen here value expenses, whatever. Never, we did not see UPDF converging for money and for values. I don't know what happened. Neither were we, even families, some people don't know exactly where their children are. If your child, if your relative was deployed in Somalia, there was an attack, there was no information that came out in terms of saying that these are the names of the people who fell at the battleground in Somalia, these were the injured, nothing came out. We kept on waiting. So even the Parliament directed the minister to bring a statement on that matter. Up to now, that statement has never been issued, Mr. Chairman. And I wonder why the ministry and UPDF at that matter continue to deny this House information. 3, it's the issue of uniforms. Money here is being voted for uniforms, Mr. Chairman. But even if you look here, you will see so many shades of colors. And I would like to know if we could be given at least a list of the gazetted uniforms of UPDF, especially because people have been arrested from my party, tortured, sodomized. Yes. Paraded before the court martial with the claim that they have been putting on clothes which are a preserve of the UPDF. And what are these people putting on? A red overall and a red cap. So I want to know for sure, what are the gazetted uniforms of UPDF?
Yes, that's your question.
Yes. And then, Mr. Chairman, we do travel. We visit other countries. In fact, in some countries, there's a day which they call a combat day. And not necessarily the people putting on uniform of the army, but something similar. Because, you know, the army is supposed to be a people's army. But the vindictiveness, the cruelty being displayed by UPDF against the citizens of this country, for putting on clothes, you know, that appear with camouflage shades, clothes that are imported and taxed as they enter into the country, clothes that are sold at shops. Those are manufactured for civilian wear, Mr. Chairman. So I want to know, why is UPDF behaving in such a manner? Why are they becoming so too aggressive, especially against the people who dress up for political reasons, Mr. Chairman, like especially people coming from my party.
Okay.
And lastly, Mr. Chairman, we have people who are ready to testify, and I want UPDF to get out properly on this. People have been in the hands of the army as detainees, and they come back complaining that they were sodomized. Recently, the CDF came out and said that in fact it doesn't support even the law we made here as Parliament. So I want to know about the position of UPDF on same-sex marriage, you know, because their commander, to me, is their spokesperson.
Okay, you made your point.
Thank you.
No,